Hey guys, back with another video from my addictive blogging channel. So in this video we have the Amazfit GTS 3 and the Amazfit GTS 2 Mini, and I have a real pulse oximeter from the brand Buhrer, and this is a medical grade pulse oximeter which we can use to detect the SpO2 and the heart rate. So we will compare all the sensors of Amazfit GTS 3 with the Amazfit GTS 2 Mini, and also we will see what are the readings and we will see whether they are accurate enough and matching with the medical grade device which is there with me. So as always, this video will be a sick video guys, and if you are a tech enthusiast, don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel and hit that bell notification up because I will be making more videos like this. So as we all know that both the watch comes with the sensors which are inevitable for any smartwatch: the SpO2 sensor, the heart rate monitor sensor, and also the step count and pedometer sensor. But we will track here the SpO2 and the heart rate first and check whether the readings are coming accurate enough or not. So let's check the heart rate first with the Amazfit GTS 3, then we will check it with the GTS 2 Mini, and we will compare the readings whichever are coming in both the watches. So let's wear this Amazfit GTS 3 and get the heart rate and the SpO2 readings first. So this is the Amazfit GTS 3, and this Amazfit GTS 3 comes with a bar tracker. So this bar tracker helps us to measure the heart rate and the SpO2 and other health readings within 45 seconds. So which is a real great advantage which this watch has over other Amazfit watches or the Amazfit GTS 2 Mini. So let's measure the heart rate first. Let's go to the heart rate monitor here and let's see what is the heart rate coming into this smartwatch. So as soon as I clicked on heart rate, it started measuring with this nice little animation up there, and it is measuring in 45 seconds. Whatever the data will be coming, it is coming super fast in there. It took 4 to 5 seconds to measure the data, and it is coming as 101 beats per minute. And let's see what the SpO2 monitor reading is coming here. Here is the blood oxygen monitor, and let's see what is the reading coming in this watch. So it is telling me to wear the watch correctly, and obviously you need to wear these smartwatches correctly in order to get the accurate readings in these smartwatches. So it is telling me to remain still, and you can see a timer is going on. So Amazfit is pretty confident that it will show the results within few seconds. That's why they have put a timer down here. So let's see what is the reading coming and how accurate is this with the other watches. So here is the reading, 99% SpO2. Let's now check with this Amazfit GTS 2 Mini and see what are the readings coming here. So this is the Amazfit GTS 2 Mini. Let's go to heart rate and let's click on this measure option. So first of all, it is a bit slower than the Amazfit GTS 3, although it is a lot cheaper also. So let's see what is the heart rate reading coming here. So it takes a little bit more time than the heart rate monitor of Amazfit GTS 3. So right now it is showing 64 beats per minute, which is really relaxed. So now let's check what is the SpO2 reading coming in this Amazfit GTS 2 Mini. So the SpO2 monitor is available in the Amazfit GTS 2 Mini, and it really works well. It is showing me the same thing, to remain still, and it is showing wear the watch tightly and place your arm horizontally on the table. So Amazfit shows a timer on the Amazfit GTS 3 while measuring, because Amazfit is confident it will measure in that time. But in GTS 2 Mini there is no timer going on, so it can be sometimes slow, and it sometimes also doesn't get the reading in the first attempt. So you have to measure the SpO2 sometimes multiple times because of some wearing issue or something like that. So here you can see the SpO2 reading has come on my Amazfit GTS 2 Mini, and it is 97%. So you have already seen the readings in Amazfit GTS 2 Mini and the Amazfit GTS 3, and you can see there are some differences in there. In the SpO2 we have got the data as 99%. In the Amazfit GTS 3, in the Amazfit GTS 2 Mini we have got the data as 97%. And now let's also see what is the heart rate data we have got. Heart rate we have got pretty low as 64 beats per minute, and in the Amazfit GTS 3 we have got the heart rate as 101 beats per minute. So Let's now see what is the reading coming when we are wearing the watches at the same time in the same hand. I have both the watches on my hand, and let's measure the heart rate at the same time in both watches. So this is the Amazfit GTS 3, this is the GTS 2 Mini. So let's go to the heart rate monitor and just fire up the heart rate sensor in both the watches. So here both are measuring at the same time, and let's see which is coming faster and what are the readings here in both the watches. You can see the animation has a lot improved in Amazfit GTS 3, and it has already got the reading 94 beats per minute, but Amazfit GTS 2 Mini is still struggling with the heart rate. So it has got the reading 93 beats per minute and 94 beats per minute, so pretty accurate reading we are getting in both the watches, because we are getting a difference of only 1 beats per minute. So now let's see what is the SpO2 reading coming in both the watches. So let's go to the SpO2 monitor here. This is the blood oxygen monitor, and here it is written as SpO2. So let's go to the SpO2 monitor. So now let's measure the SpO2 in both the watches at the same time. So clicking on measure option here, and also the Amazfit GTS 3. I have to be still and keeping the arm rest, and you can see the timer is going on in the Amazfit GTS 3. Cannot move my hand because it can affect the readings in the SpO2 sensor of both the watches. So let's wait for some time and see what is the reading coming in both the watches here. So interestingly, we got the reading as 98% in the Amazfit GTS 3, and Amazfit GTS 2 Mini has given the reading as 95%. So both watches have measured it at the same time, although there is a 3% difference. So these readings from these smartwatches are approximately accurate. Anything above 95% is normal for SpO2 reading. So you can see there is a green dot here, and also it is showing green lines. That means your health is okay and you are having normal blood oxygen levels in your body. So this Amazfit GTS 2 Mini and also the Amazfit GTS 3 are performing well in both these scenarios. So now let's see what is the reading coming in our pulse oximeter, and we will compare both the watches at the same time to see whether the heart rate readings and SpO2 readings are accurate enough with this medical grade pulse oximeter. So let's switch on the heart rate here, and also let's switch on this pulse oximeter. So I am just switching on the measure option in both the devices and also the pulse oximeter, and so that you can see and get whether the readings are coming proper. So it has got the readings first in Amazfit GTS 3, which is the 97 beats per minute. Here in the pulse oximeter it is showing 98 beats per minute, which is really accurate with the Amazfit GTS 3, but Amazfit GTS 2 Mini is showing 92 beats per minute. So there is a little bit difference in the Amazfit GTS 2 Mini, but Amazfit GTS 3 is giving the accurate reading with the pulse oximeter. So Amazfit GTS 3 has a little bit advanced sensor, that's why it is giving the readings a lot faster and accurate. So here you can see the beats per minute is changing, and right now it is 96 beats per minute. So really great job done by Amazfit GTS 3, because the heart rate monitor is really accurate in this device. All the Amazfit GTS 2 Mini is not lagging behind. So let's check with the SpO2 also what is the reading coming in both the watches and whether it is matching with the pulse oximeter here. So the SpO2 monitor in both the watches are really great. So I'm clicking on measure in both watches. So, and also we have this pulse oximeter going on. I have to be super still here. I cannot move my hand because it is measuring my SpO2, so it will take some time. So the readings have come, and you can see in my Amazfit GTS 2 Mini it has come as 95%. In the Amazfit GTS 3 it is coming as 99%, and in the pulse oximeter the live reading of SpO2 is 99% only. So we can definitely say that Amazfit GTS 3 is getting a lot more accurate results in both heart rate and SpO2 than the Amazfit GTS 2 Mini, because of this BioTrager sensor, and this sensor is a little more advanced than this Amazfit GTS 2 Mini. Although Amazfit GTS 2 Mini is not lagging behind, and it gives the reading pretty accurate with a gap of 3 to 4% sometimes, but definitely it is accurate also and gives the reading as per the smartwatch expectations. Amazfit GTS 2 Mini is a really great watch in its own terms, but the Amazfit GTS 3 is a little bit more accurate than the Amazfit GTS 2 Mini. So that's it guys, I wanted to show you what are the readings coming in the sensors in both the watches and whether they are accurate enough or not. So this is the conclusion we can draw. So I hope you have liked this video. If you like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel and hit that bell notification up, because I will be making more videos like this. Thank you guys, have a great day. Thank you.